Well, welcome to Seaford Oval here in lovely Queanbeyan, just on the outskirts of the Australian Capital Territory. We are here for the Andrew Johns Under-16s 2019 CRL Championships. This is round 5, so all to play for today. There is potentially one of these sides moving up in the ladder and finding themselves into semi-final mode. Of course, this is the Southern Group. We also have the Northern Group. James Preston here with you for Bar TV commentary. Quickly running through the two team lists as the sides head back inside for the final instructions from the coaches. The Monaro Colts, who will be wearing the white, red, blue, and a little bit of green in their strip as well. Fullback and captain is Ty Dowdle. On the wings, Connor Harrison in the 2, and in the 5, it's Elia Georgievski. The centres are Kurt Zeidluns and Reagan Hurley. And the halves, Jackson Gilbert and Mitch Evans. Having a look at the forward pack now, the two props, Jake Boland in the 8, Nicholas Navarra in the 10, and then at hooker, Cody McCallum wearing the number 9. The back row, Damian Chamberlain, Keegan Kenny, and Bradley Terry. And your bench is Jacob Leahay, Sam Azzopardi, Jacob Steen, and Jack McDougall, with Lachlan Turner the 18th man. Having a look at the Penrith Panthers side now, obviously wearing the dark strip. Malachi Taraki is at fullback in number 1. The wingers, Ezra Gosh, and on the other side, Kanan Hardiman. In the centres, Latrell Leota, and the number 4 is Siotami Hansen. Your halves, Isaiah Katoa, who doubles up as the captain today, and wearing the number 7 is Luke Hansen. Up front, Connor Puru and Leighton Tautau. The hooker is Billy Scott. Back row, wearing number 20 is Elisara, who scored plenty of tries in this tournament so far. The number 12 is Liam Aarons, and locking the scrum is Luron Patea. On your bench, Tyler Bunting in the 14. The 15 is Tavita Alatini. 16, Arafi Pamali. The 17, Bonamari Taki. And number 18 is Sam Squire. Coaches for the respective sides, Monaro Colts, Brendan Bradley, and for the Penrith Panthers, David McKinnon. Just about set to go here. Should be a terrific afternoon of football. Pretty good conditions, quite a thick track out there on the field, however. Very thick grass, and we do have a bit of wind swirling around as well. But other than that, beautiful conditions, and just having a look around the crowd, not a bad one whatsoever. The Andrew Johns Under-16s. Having a look at the previous results for these two sides as well. Monaro are currently sitting 3rd on the ladder. They've had 2 wins, 1 loss and a draw. They've scored 70 points, conceded 96 for a differential of minus 26. But in all fairness, a lot of that came in their last up loss to the Rams, 52-10. They're sitting on 5 points, and they could easily leapfrog the Penrith Panthers with a win here. Penrith currently sitting in 2nd. They've had 3 wins, 1 loss. They've scored 126 points, conceded 30 for a differential of 96. And as I mentioned, sitting in 2nd with 6 points. Pretty good results. Started off with a loss to the first place Rams, 12 points to 14. And after that, it's been back-to-back-to-back wins, 40-4 over the Dragons in round 2, 32-12 over the Tigers in round 3. And their last up match against the Riverina Bulls, well, that was a walkover, 42 points to nil, with Hudson picking up a hat-trick. Now, as I mentioned before, Elisara certainly can find the try line. He's picked up 4 tries so far in the tournament from as many games. They've also got a couple of players who have picked up 3, so plenty of players that can snatch a 4-pointer here. Hudson, Hardiman and Gosh have all collected 3 tries so far. The ground announcer just letting us know who is involved in these 2 lineups. And as you can see, we've got our Laurie Daley Cup players, inviting them onto the pitch as well. Very talented young players, a lot of these as part of the Harold Matthews Penrith Panthers squad. Just taking a look as well at Monaro's results. Of course, they started off in round 1 with a draw against the Illawarra Dragons, 16 points apiece. Round 2, they got up over the Tigers, 16-12. And round 3 was a 28-16 win over the Riverina Bulls. The only one that is really sort of an outlier in those results is their last up match against the Western Rams, who have been absolutely on fire in this tournament so far. They've thrashed them 52 points to 10. And here come the Monaro Colts now on your screen, of course, in the white with the red, blue, and just a little bit of green trim. James Preston here with you for Bar TV and the Country Rugby League. This is the Andrew Johns Cup, featuring under 16-year-old players. This is the last round before we hit semi-final stage. The other assistants as well involved in these two sides. So as I have mentioned, the Monaro Colts are coached by Brendan Bradley. The manager is Jason Whitby. And your trainers are Ross Griffiths, Jake McDonald and Nathan Smith. And for the Penrith Panthers, not quite as many people involved. The coach is David McKinnon with assistant coach Barry Jones. The manager is Vicky Campbell, Michael Ross, and the trainer is Stephen Kerr. So we're just about ready to get underway here. Penrith Panthers will be running from right to left on your screen. And, of course, let us know where you are watching from. I won't be having the visuals in front of me, but most certainly it's great to know where you are enjoying your footy from, because it's great to have not only Rugby League back, but also the NRL, of course, this weekend. Here is Monaro with a great start, working up to 30 metres out, just short of the 30-metre line on tackle one. They'll push it back toward the centre. That was Cody McCallum. Hooker with that strapping around the top of his head. Found a bit of support. Coming away to their lock forward now. That's Bradley Terry. He works the centre of the field, but in the end, monstered over the top from one of the Penrith defenders. Quick play the ball, though. McCullum goes away to the number 8 now. That's Jake Boland. He picks up some good metres too. So this is a good first set from the Monaro Colts. They'll keep attacking that left-hand side. Stepping back off the left foot was Keegan, in fact, Damien Chamberlain. That'll be the last tackle. Caught 35 metres out. Back towards the centre of the field. Sending it to the heavens, letting that wind do its work. And certainly contesting with the sun too, but it's well taken at the back there from Malachi Taraki. And he's caught centre of the field, 11 metres out. Coming away to the left-hand side, the Panthers here. Stepping back off the left foot. Boland caught him, put him to ground around 25 metres away from his own line. Little juggle out of dummy half. Was able to hold on to it. It's a good tackle around the legs as well from the number 12 for the Colts. That's Keegan Kenny. Back centre field. Coming away to Connor Puru. Bounced over the top of one, kept going up toward the halfway line. Good start from Connor. Directly in the centre of the field and on halfway. Shuffled out along there from the captain, Katoa. He found a bit of support. That'll be the last tackle, though. Caught around about 45 metres away from the Colts line. Katoa putting the kick in and finding a bit of space. Dividing between the winger and fullback. Thought he might have got a little touch on that with the ankle, but in the end, it was Dowdle, the captain, who watched it go over the dead ball line. It's a pretty good start from both sides here. Certainly proving that they can work through their sets and get a nice little kick at the end of it as well. So that'll be a 0 tackle. Now push it away to the right-hand side now. Another good hit up here from Nicholas Navarro. The long flocks flowing. Shades of the Wolfman there. McCullum back towards the centre. Now Boland. So both of their props eager for work early on. They're into enemy territory early on in this set. McCullum has players in support. Comes away to the 6. That was Jackson Gilbert, and he promoted it out to the left-hand side of the field. Caught 35 away. Decoy runner. And now back out once again to Navarro. And he keeps on pushing forward. Takes 4 of them to stop him in the end. He's a big body, Nicholas Navarro. Good position here. Centre of the field, McCullum with options either side. Comes to the right. Here's Gilbert. Gilbert, flat pass, a nice one too. It was Kenny who hit the line pretty hard, but it was a good shot put on him, and it had to be. Last tackle here for the Colts. Right-hand side. Gilbert once again. Now putting it on the toe. Will it sit up? No, just too long. But enterprising play from the Colts. They have shown that they're willing to put it through the hands and put a bit of pressure on this Penrith lineup. Beautiful conditions as well. I mentioned there's a bit of wind swirling around, but other than that, very sunny out here. It's quite bright indeed, so I'm quite happy we're under cover here of the grandstands. Beautiful oval, actually, Seaford Oval. It's part of the redevelopment project around Queanbeyan and the ACT. And they caught just short of the 40-metre line here, the Penrith Panthers. Now, that's great footwork right at the line. Nice late stuff indeed. Now come left-hand side. Early kick in the tackle as well. It's Katoa looking for a 40-20. He may well get it. I think he could have been inside. Just have a check here. They have just been out. And that will be a Monaro Colts feed. So just outside the mark there, but decent option from the captain, Katoa. And he certainly has had a good tournament so far. He's already picked up 2 tries in his 4 matches to date. So both sides just feeling each other out here. Of course, this is 30-minute halves. I don't have a timepiece in front of me, so you will have to bear with us. And, of course, the clock on your stream is merely a guide from Bar TV. And, in fact, I've been pointing out we do have a clock. This is fantastic stuff. The more you know. So around about 4.5 minutes into this one. 25.5 to go in the first half here. Scrum fed. The Colts win it. Little fumble there from Evans. Just reeled it back in, and the Panthers were ready to pounce on him and sink the claws in. McCullum pushing to the left-hand side. Good footwork there as well. And once again, numbers in the tackle. Not going too fast so far in this set. McCullum back toward the middle of the field. Boland. Little dummy, then straightened up and hit the line hard. What do they say there? I think too high in the contact. Yes, that's what the referee rules. Bit unlucky, though, from the Panthers. He did stumble as he hit the line. That resulted in him getting hit square in the head. This is interesting as well. Navarro's going to take the kick. I haven't seen a prop kick for touch in some time. Ball's going to come all the way up here and nearly falcon someone. Well, that would have been a great way to start your afternoon. Concussion. So good spot to start the set here for the Colts. First penalty of the match. Now tap and go from the 40-metre line. Gilbert away to Boland. He's been eager for work to start this match. Picks up about 7 or 8 metres. McCullum in at dummy half. Goes short to Navarro. Good tackle around the legs as well from the Panthers. That was the hooker, Billy Scott. Just short of the 40. McCullum, centre field. Gilbert, flat pass. Evans, dummies and tries to go himself. Nearly found a gap. Closed pretty quickly, though. McCullum, left-hand side. Flat pass then from Chamberlain. Getting very close to the sideline, but they managed to stay in here, the Colts. Decoy comes through. Here's Evans sending it nice and high. Hasn't gone very far, though. That'll land centre field. And taken, not at all taken. I was going to say pretty easily. Well, commentator's curse. Siatami Hansen made a real meal of it. That's 6 again. Gilbert out of dummy half. Stepping off the left foot. 5 metres away. McCullum will have a scoot himself. Bounces off one and goes to ground. Just short, though. Gilbert, flat pass. Navarro. Well caught. And getting further numbers in there, including the number 12, Liam Aarons, who came late. Turning it back on the inside. They're holding firm at the moment, the Panthers. This is good defence. And he'll be held up and they'll take it back out to the 10-metre line. Well done, the Panthers. Still a couple of plays in this set. They've looked dangerous, the Colts, but the Panthers have had all the answers so far. Comes away the halfback, Evans. Decoy runner, out the back now. Great ball from Dowdle. Just short. It's a well-disguised pass, and this will be the last now. They'll go for a barge over, but I don't think they've got there. The Panthers push back, and well done. They've repelled that raid. Great little ball from the captain, Ty Dowdle, though. Nearly put his centre into space, but just short in the end. Good game so far. 7.5 gone. James Preston here with you for Bar TV. It's part of the Andrew Johns Cup for the Country Rugby League. So the Panthers work it away from their own line. That's a good run. Some late footwork too. They caught 21 metres out. Flat ball. Once again, sharp footwork there from Connor Peru. He's been very good to start with. In fact, that's Leighton Tautau. Come left-hand side. Through Hansen, and then Hansen found a runner. Not a bad run either from Elisara. Hansen once again here. Nice little dummy. Had a bit of space, but opted against finding his winger. That'll be the last, 40 metres out. Last tackle. They'll send it long and high. Will that stay in, though? It's not looking very good. It's out on the full. Isaiah Katoa, well, you want your captain to lead by example, but that's not the example you want to follow, kicking it out on the full. Of course, there is a bit of wind today, so potentially that's making it difficult. And it is kind of swirling a fair bit, too. It's not just in the one spot. But the early field position definitely being dominated by the Monaro Colts. Referee blows time on and we're back underway here. It's worked away through Bradley Terry. Dominant tackle, though, from the Panthers. They'll let him know about it, too. Bit of a push when he stands up from Connor Peru. Boland has been very busy early on. Works it over the halfway line. McCullum wants to quick play the ball, and he's got numbers to the left. He goes that way. Here's Gilbert, away to Evans, flat pass himself. Still pushing forward. Good run in the end from Damian Chamberlain. He's caught. McCullum Back to the middle. Evans feigned to kick, then finds Gilbert. Flat pass to Navarro. Tried to get one-on-one with the defender. Beat the first up tackle of the number 10. That was Tau. Here's Gilbert. Evans. Flat pass. Good ball to Keegan Kenny. Great tackle around the legs from Billy Scott. Back to the middle. Evans. Crossfield kick. Look at the wind. Take a hold of that and keep pushing it, but it lands perfectly in the hands of Monaro Colts. Great stuff. Perfect kick from Evans. Pushed it across field and let the wind do the rest of the job. Landing the in-goal, and I think you'll find that may well have been the centre. We'll wait for confirmation from the ground announcer. It was a great take, and the Colts are first on the board. So from what I can gather, it's either Kurt Zeidluns or Regan Hurley who's picked up that try. We'll just wait on confirmation now. But the Colts making a great start here. First points on the board with a kick to come just to the left of the uprights. We're at about 11 or 12 metres back. And approximately 5 metres to the left. And it was indeed Regan Hurley, so there you go. My centre approximation was correct. Just needed that confirmation there. So Hurley opens the scoring and converted as well. And Harrison adding the goal, and it is 6 points to nil. Just over 10 minutes played in this one. So we're around about a third of the way through the first half here. Of course, 30-minute halves for the under-16s Andrew Johns Cups. I've got to say, the standard so far has been excellent from both sides. Panthers have showcased some really good defence. Just have to get some of those errors out of their game, though. Captain Katoa ready to get us back underway. Drills that one low and hard and bouncing down to Evans. Here's Boland with a full head of steam. Look at him work it back into the defensive line. Good first hit up. I'll start the set in a nice position. Footwork at the line as well from what looks to be Bradley Terry. And there's a bit of extra pressure in that one as well. Was in fact Damien Chamberlain. I just pushed him beyond the horizontal there. So once again, we'll see Navarro kick for touch. Very much enjoy seeing a big prop do so. He's got a good boot on him though. That's why. So fine touch, pretty much on the halfway line here. Colts with all the running to start this one. First points, and now straight off the back of it, a chance to pile on the pressure once again. Navarro, having kicked for touch, then takes the first hit up. Works it just short of the 40-metre line. That's a good run there from Terry, the 13. McCullum, way to Gilbert. He's got Kenny with him, doesn't use him, dummied and went himself. It's a good tackle in the end from a couple of them, including Elisara. Low ball to Evans, did well to reel it in. That one's gone behind Dowdle. No knock on though. So it'll be play on around about 28 metres out from the line. McCullum having a scoot. Gilbert. Misses out Navarro. Evans once again kicking it. Worked the first time, why not? But they were back there and ready for it. Well done, the Panthers. It's well taken from Ezra Gosh. Back toward the middle now. Stepping off both feet. Just trying to make the defenders second guess there. They'll be caught 20 metres out. Flat pass. Nearly overran it, but picks up some good metres in the end here. Centre of the field. 30 metres out. Scott comes to the left-hand side. Hansen away to Elisara. Flat pass himself. Good tackle in the end, though, to stop a rampaging Hansen. He was nearly away. Elisara to the other Hansen now. Working back through the middle. And that'll be the last tackle for the Panthers. So they've survived that latest onslaught. Katoa pushing it deep and over the head of the winger, but that will keep bouncing on. Will it pull up? No. One extra roll, and that was all it needed. So another 7-tackle set coming up for the Monaro Colts. A little unlucky on that occasion, Katoa, but needs to make sure he's finding that in-goal and keeping it there. There's a couple of kicks now that have either gone dead or out on the full. Go Back to the mark. Tap it off once again. Here is Navarro. Just beginning to slow down. You wonder if there might be a prop rotation coming pretty soon. As McCullum waits at dummy half. Oh, I thought that would have been a little too close. Looked as if he was going to be a decoy to start with, but McCullum still gave the pass, and the inevitable error comes up, and trying to make up for it, Terry comes back and puts on a pretty good shot in the end, but that'll be a 0 tackle for the Panthers. Scott, away to the centre of the field. Fresh man on now as well. Bonamari Taki. Good tackle over the top from Boland. Here comes Puru. Right foot step at the end. Bumped off Gilbert. Still going. Referee says not held. So Gilbert has another crack, and then Boland finishes him off over the top. Scott waiting at dummy half. Hansen. That one went too far for him. Elisara propped and then went. Showed a good turn of pace too. 5 metres in from the left-hand touchline. Here's Hansen pushing towards the try line, but they'll push him back themselves. Scott away to Hansen. Hansen flat pass to Katoa. Katoa gets it away. Little juggle. Bumped off one. Gets the offload away. Katoa was looping around the back. There's space out here on the wing. Cutting back toward the middle. Good defence from the Colts, but he may well have got it down. Referee checking with his sideline, and there it is. Confirmation. First points for the Penrith Panthers. It's a good try in the end to Kanan Hardiman, the number 5, out there on that right wing. Well worked as well from Latrell Leota. He held up the pass for as long as he could. Just found a little bit of space too. So that's positive signs for the Panthers. Pretty much the first time they've had any decent amount of possession in their opposition danger zone. And they've managed to cross over into the corner. Big kick coming up, though, to try and tie the scores. Good to see the involvement there of the number 7, though, Luke Hansen. Marshalling his troops very nicely on that left-hand side, and then sensed an opportunity. Gave early delivery to his halves partner and captain, Katoa. Katoa had enough class to then work it away further to that right-hand side, and eventually Hardiman diving over. Tough kick, this one. Only around about a metre in from touch. Taking it roughly 22 metres back, so it will still be quite a sharp angle. Fortunately, though, the breeze has died down just as he's about to take this one. Strikes it reasonably well. It's on target, but just across the face of goals. Score remains 6 points to 4. Monaro Colts over the Penrith Panthers. Fresh man preparing to come on as well for the Panthers. It's Ayafi Tamale. He's a big bopper too. So they've gone to the bench at least twice now here, the Panthers, with both Pamale and Taki coming onto the field. The Colts kick off, taken pretty well. Now wind back up here, charging in the defence and almost steamrolling one of the Colts who did really well to hang on. Scott out of dummy half. Now they're all full of running. Gilbert tried to close it down, but there was an offload away to Puru, who got out of one tackle, still going, throws off another. And Navarro comes across the top to stop him. Scott. Numbers in support. Step off the left foot once again. Both these sides got great footwork close to the line. Just short of the halfway line on this occasion. Katoa, another early kick from him. That one not quite as deep. You'd have to feel he'd be very unlucky if this one goes dead. It will just hold up. Dowdle has work to do. Couldn't get away from the first defender. That was well chased. That's better stuff from Katoa. The previous 3 kicks have either gone dead or into touch. Just took a little bit off that one. There's enough wind around here that it will keep bouncing. It's also quite a hard field despite that long grass, so it will kick on. The momentum in this one has certainly turned around quite quickly. Colts with the dropout. Navarro, decent contact. 45 on the fly. Taken by Taraki, and now they'll come charging back. Great first up contact, still going. That's a good way to get your first run from Pumale. Still going here. Scott, centre of the field. Working away, stepped off the left foot. That was Taki. And he's caught 5 metres away. Here's Billy Scott now. Coming away to Luke Hansen. Cut out pass. Missed one, Hansen on the bounce and into the hands of Ezra Gosh. And that's another try for him. He's picked up plenty in this tournament. The Panthers lead. And that now takes Gosh to equal of the Panthers scorers in terms of being the top one. That's his 4th for the tournament. So the Panthers take the lead. It's all happened very quickly. It was pretty much the first 10 minutes of this game was all the Colts. Second 10-minute period has been all the Panthers. We'll get 2 substitutions here, or interchanges, should I say. Both the props coming off, Navarro and Boland, respectively, for the 15, which is Sam Azzopardi, and also the 17, Jack McDougall. I wonder if he talks to his thighs like old Mad Dog. Eight points to 6 here with a kick to come. Yet another difficult one for Katoa. He's yet to have anything inside a metre from the touchline. He has had a very good tournament, the 5-8 for the Panthers. 2 tries so far. Certainly quite a few goals he's kicked as well. He's taking his time with this one. Chance to put them a try in front. Struck very nicely and ends up hitting the post. Curve right at the end. Very unlucky stuff from Isaiah Katoa, the captain of the Panthers. 8 points to 6 from Seaford Oval in Queanbeyan. It's the Penrith Panthers leading the Monaro Colts. Round 5, this is an all-important match. If the Colts can claim victory, they will leapfrog the Panthers. They're presently sitting in 3rd place on 5 points. The Panthers on 6 points and sitting in 2nd. And of course, we take the top 2 from this, the Southern group, and also the top 2 from the Northern group, and that's how we get our semi-finalist. Colts kicking off. Taken here once again. Pamale right through the middle. Been a real handful since coming off. 2 runs, 2 line breaks. Damaging player. Panthers once again. Gilbert, good contact for a little man. On with that freshman on the field now. McDougall around the legs. Scott wants a quick play the ball. Doesn't quite get it. Still enough momentum in this set though. That's another good run from the Panthers. Carrying 3 or 4 of them. And into enemy territory pretty early on the set. Lots to do here. Katoa once again going for the early kick. Well fielded in the end. Good stuff out wide from Connor Harrison. McDougall getting his first touch of the ball. And promptly dumped on his back. But he'll earn his side a penalty. That's a much needed one at this point for the Colts. With no Navarro on the field, he'll revert back to a more standard kicking option in the form of a halfback. Evans finding touch right on halfway. McCullum getting ready to tap and go. Here's the freshman on the field himself as a party. We'll be hoping to have a party at the end of this one with a full-time victory for the Colts. McDougall, little Benji step just coming toward the line. Scott bounced off but then clung on for dear life. McCullum having a little scoot. There is space in behind to play the ball. That's a good run too, picking up 12 or 13 metres. Got them backtracking. They'll come right. Not a great pass to Gilbert, but he did well anyway. Dowdle off the right foot and off the right again. Elisara got him, but he got the offload away. McCullum, flat pass. As a party, freshman on the field. He's caught 5 metres away. McCullum going left. Behind Evans. Did well to reel it in, but I think he may have knocked it on in the end. Referee not calling for it. That'll be last tackle. Bit of confusion from everyone there. Dowdle, that's far too big. And he'll go dead. So 7 tackle set coming up for the Panthers. Really fell apart in that last play there. Ball going behind the halfback, Mitch Evans, and then Dowdle. That is halfback being there. Forced to provide a kicking option when probably he would have been preferring to chase. That's a 0 tackle, and the Panthers are already beyond the 30-metre line here. Scott. Good ball away to Once again, a big running forward, still pushing them back over halfway. That's 20 metres picked up in the end there from Hansen. They'll get 3 to come over and smack him to ground in the end, including McDougall. They've tried to target Gilbert on this defensive edge, and a couple of times they have isolated him one-on-one. He's not the biggest player, the 5'8" for the Colts. And about 15 metres in for the left-hand touchline, and that was far too slow from the two new fresh players, Azzopardi and McDougall. Well, this could be dangerous now for the Colts. Certainly game on at the moment. But you fancy if they get a converted try here, just with how the Panthers are warming into this one, and that could be quite dangerous as we approach half-time. Scott tapping, giving it to Elisaro, who's got a full head of steam. Bundling toward the line. He's caught 2 metres away. Scott providing it to Hansen. Hansen, nice ball himself there. Taki, good shot. Ball's gone behind. That'll be 6 again. They're going to say played at. I feel given there was 2 people in the tackle, it's either a knock-on or it's a penalty. Can't be 6 again. Scott, flat pass. Pamale, out of one tackle, trying to spin, but Azzopardi did well. Now put him on his back, so they'll slow down to play the ball too. Good stuff from the Colts. 2 metres away, just to the right-hand side of the uprights. Scott, out to Katoa, flat pass. Jamming in from the wing. Well done from Harrison and the rest of the Colts. Halfway through the set now. Still danger here, though. Scott to Katoa. Flat pass. The 15. Another fresh man on the field here. That's Alatini. And they'll drive him back, but he gets an offload away. Katoa now with it. Another offload. Taki. And coming in from the centres was Kurt Zeidluns for the Colts to close that one down. 2 plays left to go. Scott, Hansen juggled. Flat little pass to another Hansen. It's like 1999 all over again. It's the Hansens with Umbop. Hansen away. Once again, pushing through the middle. Taki is caught. That'll be the last. Billy Scott skips out Hansen, goes to Katoa. Little grubber, aiming for the post. Finds it. McDougall does well and dives on it. And I think they'll say he's actually dragged that back toward the Panthers line, so that'll be another set here for Penrith. He did well to smother it, but couldn't take it in cleanly. So more pressure here, 3 minutes to go in this first half. And it's the Panthers with all the momentum at the moment. Colts did well in that set, but there are certainly going to be a lot more questions that will be asked of them. Now feed it. Little juggle at the back there. Not ruled to be a knock-on. That's far too easy, though. One off the scrum. Dowdle bounced off. And a little gap opened up. Too easy in the end for Latrell Leota. Very much shades of Latrell Mitchell. Hard man to stop. And that was an all-important extra little try there to close out this first half. 12 points to 6. Qatari's had 2 very tough conversion attempts from the sidelines. You back him in for this one, though, to take it beyond a converted try. With just over 2 minutes on the clock in this first half. A couple of metres to the left-hand side of the uprights. Right on the 10-metre line. Expect him to make no mistake of this one. So they've changed out McCullum, who's been very good for the Colts, a hooker. And coming on in his place is Jacob Lehigh. But a really good start from the Honey Badger lookalike. Katoa just taking his time with this one. We approach the final minute and a half of this half, and off the tee it goes. So we'll line that all up again. And makes no mistake, 14 points to 6. The Panthers leading the Monaro Colts. And probably just have enough time to get the kickoff underway and maybe 2 or 3 tackles. Been a really high-quality match so far. Both sides more than happy to throw it around. But the Panthers, the offloads, that's what's really killing the Colts at the moment. A couple of these big forwards, such as Pamale and Taki, have come onto the field. They're just slipping enough passes here to give the likes of Katoa and Hansen that little extra room to move. Has yet again, ball coming off the tee. Bit strange. The wind has actually died down since the start of the match, and yet now we're seeing the ball come off. 40 seconds on the clock, so we'll get probably 2 or 3 tackles here. Dowdle, in fact, Harrison getting us back underway. That one going quite deep. Will we see another short kick from Qatar? He's more than happy to put it on the toe. So we get into the last 20 seconds here. Good first hit up. Once again from Pamale. Not clearing the play the ball there, but no penalty forthcoming for the Panthers. Final 10 seconds of the first half. Hansen, numbers on his left-hand side. Good ball to his fellow Hansen, and he gets the offload away. There's space here as well, and he's got pace too. Does well to stay in initially, but a good cover tackle from Azzopardi will push him over, and that'll do us for the first half. So we take a break here at Seifert Oval. James Preston with you in commentary for Bar TV and the Country Rugby League. In round 5, the Andrew Johns under-16s, the Monaro Colts and the Penrith Panthers. It is the Panthers leading the Colts 14 points to 6. And welcome back to Seaford Oval here in Queanbeyan. James Preston with you for Bar TV's coverage of the Country Rugby League's Andrew Johns Under-16s 2019 CRL Championships. This is round 5, an all-important fixture between the Monaro Colts, who are kicking off and running from right to left, and the Penrith Panthers. The Panthers presently leading 14 points to 6. Whoever wins this one gets a place in the semi-final. Work down to Pamali, who had a huge first half after coming off the bench midway through it. The first 2 hit-ups resulted in line breaks. Here is Scott nearly running into his own player before having a dart. Evans jammed in, the halfback. Put a good shot on him alongside McDougall. Worked away now from the 12. That's Liam Aarons. Back toward the centre of the field. And the Panthers now pushing over halfway. 45 away from opposition try line. Here's little Luke Hansen, who's been brilliant for the Panthers so far. Finding open space with that kick, and there's pressure here too. The Panthers will get it back. Picked up from Hansen, and then a knock on at the end of it. Still potentially some damaging play from the Panthers early on, and they have shown their hand in this match so far by showing their foot pretty early in the tackle. Katoa's kicked early a couple of times. Hansen on that occasion finding a bit of open space, and they can draw them out here because there's a fair bit of wind swirling around Queanbeyan today. So if you're just joining us, the Colts went in through Reagan Hurley at the centre, and the try scorers for the Panthers have been Gosh, Leota, and on the other side of the field, Kane and Hardiman. So the 2 wingers and one of their centres going in. 3 tries to 1, 14 points to 6. Katoa with 2 very difficult conversions from the sideline, neither of which were successful. Here are the Colts now working it away. There's a party who is fresh onto the field. There's McDougall stepping off the left foot. Jamming in the end was Taki. Big Bonamari. Go back toward the middle. Stumbling as he approaches the line. Easy work for Scott. He got him over the top, and then a dominant tackle puts him on his back. Slowing down the play of the ball at the moment. Here's Gilbert. Flat pass. Good ball away in the end to Keegan Kenny. Jamming in once again was Taki. And then little Luke Hansen coming around the legs. Last tackle just short of the 40-metre line. Good defensive set from the Panthers. Gilbert will be forced to put in a big kick. And hold up in the breeze just a little bit. Good take in the end from Kane and Hardiman. Jamming in was the Colts' only try scorer, Regan Hurley. They'll start this set from 40 metres out. That's a strong hit up too from Hansen. Full head of steam. Working away once again. Good little footwork late of the line. Bit of space for the Panthers trying to link up. But it was well intercepted from the Colts. Katoa has got speed, and if he got it, he was in for all money. Here's Dowdle trying to have a little scoot. Aarons picked him up, as did Hardiman. Now put him to ground. Flat pass from Evans. McDougall once again jamming in was Pamale. Good shot. Scott there as well, and there's been a boot that's been left behind. Pamale again, dishing it up. Good shot this time on Bradley Terry. Worked it away from Lehigh. Now Dowdle, now to Gilbert. Elisara came over the top alongside Hansen. That'll be the last tackle here once again. Gilbert aiming deep with this one. Swirling around in the breeze too. Well taken in the end from Taraki. Dummied. Was well caught in the end from Hurley, and then also coming over the top was Evans. Releasing him just before the referee put the whistle to his mouth then. Really good standard so far, this one. Very fast too. Boland's back on the field for the Colts. He was very impressive to start the first half. Here comes Liam Aarons. A good run from the second rower. Working it just short of the halfway line. Struggled enough. Went for a quick play of the ball and forced the referee's hand. So the Panthers will get first opportunity here in a good position once they find the sideline. Surely Scott's not going to touch and go. He will, actually. Gives it to Pamali. Why not when you've got him waiting for it, I guess. Picking up 15 metres. Had the arm free too. Could have still promoted the ball. And Boland's been left a little worse for wear off the back of that. Another fresh man on the field as well for the Panthers. That's Tavita Alatini taking a hit up. Scott away to Katoa. Showed it to Aarons, and then back on the inside was Latrell Leota, who got through one tackle, found some support, And then back up through the middle was Billy Scott, who dives over. It's all the Panthers to start this one. 18 points to 6 with a kick to come. Latrell Leota just too big. Promoting the footy. Taraki following back up through the middle, and then Billy Scott to finish it off. Hooker's been busy in this one, and now he gets a reward for all that hard work. Let's be right in front of the post. You fancy if they kick this one, they will be very, very hard to chase down from here. Of course, both these sides coming off rather contrasting fortunes in their previous encounters. The Panthers were dominant over the Riverina Bulls. Their round 4 match, they won 42 points to Neil Hudson, getting a hat-trick. Whereas for the Colts, well, they were very much humbled by the Western Rams, 52 points to 10. And, of course, the Panthers, that's the only match they've lost, 14 points to 12 in round 1 against the Western Rams. But based on the form they're showing here and the fact that they have actually scored the most amount of points and conceded the least in this tournament, there's going to be a lot of people backing the Panthers to go all the way. And they'll convert that one. So Katoa gets his successful conversion for the second time in this match. 20 points to 6 with just under 24 minutes left in this match. The Colts have to be next to score. Beautiful conditions here as well at Seaford Oval in Queanbeyan. Sun is out in full effect. Grass a little long, but still very hard underfoot as well. We've seen it a couple of times with the ball bouncing and just kicking on big time. And there is yet another example of it. Well taken in the end from Taraki. Pamale going through a couple of them once again. He's had a massive match. Definitely an impact forward. Billy Scott, the try scorer, flat pass himself. Working away through his centre three-quarter there. Latrell Leota, who caused a lot of problems leading up to that last try. Fending off one and then approaching the halfway line. Dominant tackle in the end from Gilbert. Just slowing it down enough there for the Colts. Go left-hand side. Freshman on the field is the 14. He'll link up very easily here with Elisara. Elisara back on the inside. Diving tackle, but they'll get there. Ezra Gotch picks up his second. And it was the freshman on the field, Tyler Bunting, that set it all up. Great acceleration. Had them backpedaling. And then it was simply a case of the numbers. So the Panthers have piled on now 24. In fact, 22. I don't know why it's saying 23 on the board. There we go. 24 unanswered points. Colts opened the scoring inside the first minute. Or should I say the first 5 minutes. They dominated that initial 10-minute period, but everything since then has just been Penrith, Penrith, Penrith. And it is now 5 tries to 1. Katoa, to date, has only had things directly on the sideline or right in front of the black dots. This is the first one that's somewhat in between. Based on his previous attempts from out wide, I would still back him in to get this one. He's roughly 15 metres in from the left touchline. 20 metres back. The wind is picking up, though, and coming directly across from the far side of the field to the grandstand where we are positioned. Lines it up. Striking it pretty nicely. It will just fade across the front of the goal. So the score will stay at 24 points to 6. 5 tries to 1. The Penrith Panthers in cruise control at the moment and looking like they're about to book themselves a place in the semi-finals. There is every chance they could, in fact, finish top of the Southern Group for the Andrew Johns Cup. But you would be a very brave man to bet against the Western Rams not getting their final victory out of these pool matches. And once again, it'll be Connor Harrison to kick us off. He doesn't want to have to do this too many more times today. Going down deep into the right-hand side of the Penrith field. Pamale lining up once again, and he's always a handful. Bumped off Evans. Took Boland and a couple of others to put him to ground. Here's Aarons stepping off the right foot. Fresh man on the field now as well for the Colts. Jacob Steen seeing his first taste of footy for the afternoon. Billy Scott working away. Bouncing off them once again. Taki got an offload. Still a bit of room here for the Panthers through Tavita Alatini, who works it up to the halfway line. Scott giving it now to the 14 who will kick early. That's Tyler Bunting. Finds space too. Sits up on a point. That could be dangerous. Dowdle did well in the end. Under lots of pressure, but he did it with aplomb. Caught 25 metres away. One out run here from Hurley, who's quickly set upon, and they'll put him to ground pretty easily. Dominant tackle in the end from the likes of Hardiman. Working away. He hasn't seen much football at all. Elia Georgievski. In fact, that may well be his first touch that I've seen from him this afternoon. Running it away. That's a nice run there too from Kurt Zeidland. Still a few plays left in this one. McDougall, straight and hard. Good shot. Turned him sideways. Now working away through Gilbert. That left boot once again. Making good connections, but straight down to the fullback here. Taraki winding up. Good step on Evans. Stepped again and beat the freshman on the field, Jacob Steen, as there's another interchange here for the Colts. Nicholas Navarro coming back on, the big number 10. They're really getting a lot of use out of their centre three-quarters and their wingers here, the Panthers. And they certainly do have a huge left centre in the form of Hansen. And there's a loose ball there. Good tackle from the Colts. Here's a chance to strike. 18 and a half left to go in this one. They have to score here. You would picture to remotely give themselves an opportunity to get back in this one. And you think if they are to do it, it'll probably be coming off the back of that man with the ball right now, Gilbert. He's looked the most likely in terms of setting up some dangerous plays for the Colts. We've also seen the Panthers' defence has been very, very strong. That one looked to be one against the fee. The referee says wasn't fed in correctly, though. So we'll pack it in, go again. You know the drill. Sometimes even wonder why we do the scrums. This one is successful, though. Away to Evans. Evans, ball out in two hands. And stripped one-on-one, although I thought there might have been a play around the legs. Referee says yes, there was. So here is a real good opportunity for the Colts now. Navarro finding the sideline. Going all the way over the fence as well. And Jacob Leahy taps and goes. Here comes Boland back into the defence. Aarons meets him first up. Katoa there as well. And also jamming in was Latrell Leota. Another one of those big centres for the Panthers. Navarro straight and hard. Bounced off one. Nearly took another two with him. He's 5 metres short of the line. Leahy, Evans, Gilbert showing it once. Coming out the back to Dowdle. Stepping off the right. Tried to get a little offload away. It was well wrapped up. Once again, they finished this one 5 metres out. Thought he may have dropped that. There was hands on him. Gilbert, flat pass. Evans back on the inside. Bit of space here for the Colts. Good stuff. And they'll crash over here through Keegan Kenny. He's had a good game, the second rower for them. Those bright yellow boots certainly stands out. That'll give them just a glimmer of hope here, the Colts. All important kick, though. They must get it. But, of course, we do still have draws. We do still have draws in this competition with the pool stages. So 24 apiece. If they can get there, that still won't be enough. They're going to have to kick that field goal. But given they are only a single competition point behind the Panthers, that would still be enough. They just have to win here. There is no for and against issues for them. It's McCullum, who was previously up the tunnel, comes back to the sideline. Not 100% sure what was wrong with him, but he is running it out at the moment. He's trying to loosen up whatever may have been ailing him. Very important kick here from Harrison. Away Strikes it pretty well, looking like it's going through the post, and it is good. 24 points to 12, game on. Harrison picks up his second successful conversion. It'll be very, very interesting if they can score in the next couple of minutes here. There's still plenty of time. We're only halfway through this second half. 15 minutes left on the clock. The Panthers get us back underway. Coming down to the captain, Daley. He finds Navarro. Full head of steam. Good shot put on him too. Now's the number 10 back onto the field, Leighton Tautau. Leahy coming away to the try scorer. Keegan Kenny, good run. Barged over the top of Luron Patea. Evans. Now they've got a bit of running behind them. Good shot though. Picked off from Latrell Leota. Boland stepping off the right. And off the right once again, evaded one tackle. This is a better set here, and Leahy wanted it. And he gets the penalty. He knew they were offside. And there was also a bit of a slap across the face on Boland as well. So either way, take your pick. Navarro aiming for touch. All the momentum at the moment with the Colts. They would be ruining that 5-minute period to start this second half. 2 tries to the Panthers. It was 14-6 at half-time, but 10 easy points has left the Colts with a mountain of work, but they are certainly up to the task. Navarro comes charging back into them. McCullum back on the field as well. Good step off the right, but picked up and slammed from the Panthers. That's a good shot. McCullum back to the middle of the field. Evans, flat pass. Gilbert away to Kenny. Nearly snuck his nose through again. Caught 10 metres out. McCullum numbers on both sides of the play. The ball who goes short here through Gilbert. Flat pass to Evans, but not going anywhere because that was a crunching tackle. 2 plays left in this one. McCullum. That one went behind Gilbert. Should still be play on. However, they've really put themselves on the back foot to finish this set. Need a good finish. Gilbert, that one's gone directly across field. Hurley gets up above them, AFL style. Little kick in behind. They've made them turn and chase. And they might just be able to get him in the in-goal. No, he stayed in the field of play. Panthers recovered well, and for that matter, so did the Colts. It was a pretty disastrous 5th tackle play, but the last was not too bad in the end. Good shot put on from Navarro. Aaron's copped that. Well, that's the best hit of this match, and Aaron says, I'm still ready to go again. Flat pass. Space here for the Panthers. Very important knockdown from Harrison. Well, it would have been 3 on none had they got that one around the winger, but he jammed in well. Smart play. That would have been the nail in the coffin had Penrith run away there. Can't afford any more points, the Colts. 12 minutes to go and they lead, Panthers that is, by 12. Certainly there is enough time if the Colts can get a decent amount of possession. And speaking of which, that'll help. Dowdle picks it up because it's a knock-on from the Panthers. They'll get a scrum 25 out. Momentum well and truly with the Colts here. And it'll be very interesting if they can get across in this set. And the best news is for Colts fans, every one of your players is very keen to get stuck in here. They're all asking for the ball. And they're running with vigour. Evans feeds it. McCullum wins. Gilbert away to Kenny, most recent try scorer who's really lifted his game to another level in the last 5 or 10 minutes. There's another penalty here. Too long in to play the ball. McCullum will tap and go. Boland wants it. Here he is clapping the hands and dancing. Like a trained monkey at the moment, Boland. Gets the ball, stepping off the right foot. Aaron's trying to get his own back after that big shot from Navarro. He's done well there. They've actually lost 5 from that play. McCullum coming left-hand side. Good step off the left foot as well from Jacob Steen. And they reckon he's lost that, and referee says exactly that. So Steen, first touch, not a good one. That really lets the pressure off. 10.5 to go in this all-important fixture. Whoever wins get themselves a place in the semi-final. And for the Panthers, there is the chance to potentially wrap up first place of the Southern Group. As I mentioned, it'll be a very brave man to bet against the Western Rams. We're yet to drop a match in the pool stages. Penrith win the scrum. Working away now. Gilbert came over the top. Bit of help from Kenny as well. Wind really picking up here at Seaford Oval. There's Kate slamming. There's people falling over. And there's Pamale charging through the middle of them. What a match he's had. And an offload in there as well. Still going now with Leighton Tautau. Dowdle coming to stop him. Some of these big forwards for the Panthers just so hard to put down. That was a slow play, the ball. Dowdle probably lucky. And there you can see the wind taking effect. Kenny gets away. If he can promote the ball, they're off. Here's Gilbert. I thought he may have just been grabbed before he actually got to that too, Kenny. And that's a knock-on from Gilbert. So I think they got off very lightly there, the Panthers. I'm sure there was a grab on the shirt of Kenny before he picked that one up. Otherwise, he was off. Nonetheless, Gilbert, the very next play, or before the next play even started, in the play, the ball itself, just dropped it. And you're beginning to think that there is probably not enough time left in this one for the Colts to mount their comeback. Eight minutes 40 left on the clock. The Panthers leading 24 points to 12. Gilbert taking a little bit of time just to get back to his feet after that last tackle. Referee will blow time back on. And Katoa to feed the scrum for us. Comes away to Big Hansen. Always such a handful, the centre three-quarter. Dowdle around the legs along with Boland. Scott promoting it to Katoa, the captain. Room here for Latrell Leota. If he can get the ball away. There it is, the Gidley flick. Great pass. Good tackle from Dowdle. Put into touch. Great cover defence from the fullback. But these two centres for the Panthers, geez, they're dangerous. Latrell Leota and Siatame Hansen, every time they take the ball up, they inevitably beat the first tackle, and they take a couple with them. And on that occasion, Leota with a beautiful little flick pass around the corner. That could have been very dangerous, if not for the great covering defence of the Colts captain, Ty Dowdle. 7:40 on the clock. Will they launch a special play from the clock here? Monaro Colts feeding the scrum. McCullum winning it. Gilbert. Geez, that was behind Kenny there. Did well to turn and take it. Referee put the whistle to his mouth there. Not sure what for. Didn't blow it in the end, though. Gilbert jamming in. Good tackle as well on Kurt Zeidlins. He hasn't really had a chance to wind up in this match. McCullum away to Navarro, who put on the best shot of the game so far on Luke Aarons. And, of course, there was Aarons in there to help stop him. McCullum to the left. Boland now engaging the defensive line once again, but it's a little 2-1 out at the moment for the Colts. If they are going to put on points, they've got to play slightly more expansive. That one could have been a penalty for playing it in the wrong direction, and there it is. The referee was onto it. Boland was facing us here in the grandstand. It's well done from the referee. He has certainly let this game flow, but anything like that, he's been swiftly onto it. Katoa finding the touchline around 20 metres out. So this is a real chance here for the Panthers to ice this game. They probably don't need it, but a try or even a field goal would put the result beyond doubt. Aarons off the left foot and halfway through. He's caught 8 metres out. 15 metres in from the right touchline. Katoa wants it at first receiver. Firing it across the face. Bunting, that was a bad pass. Far too hard and a little bit behind his support runner. And the Panthers let them off the hook once again here. But now really is the time for the Colts. They need to score at least twice. And then off the back of that, some other form of scoring play. Doesn't matter if it's a field goal, a penalty goal, or a try, but that means they need at least 3 scoring sets. And with just under 6 minutes left in this one, fair to say that's probably not going to happen. McCullum away to Evans. This is better, though. Moving the ball around. Dowdle ended up running into the try scorer. Hurley, instead of being able to use him. Katoa was over the top. Here is Hurley now. Stepping off the left, then the right. Crabbing across field as it would be. McCullum to Navarro, who's been really good for the Colts. He's absolutely given it his all. Lots of instructions coming from the back here. With the Panthers fullback, Taraki. Straight through the middle comes Bradley, though. Bradley Terry. Can he get around? He does. Bit of space here. He has got support, but they just arrived a little too late. McCullum was one of them. He's waiting for it. Panthers still scrambling. Evans. Gilbert. Backpedaling still. And try to put the foot down and just find a little gap. Slow play the ball, though. McCullum back to the middle. Evans. Dowdle. Across the face, Boland. No one knew what to do with it. They didn't dive on it. That'll be it for the Colts. The Panthers will win this one. We're just over 4.5 minutes left in it. That was the last chance, though, for the Colts. Puru, that one looked forward to Scott. Jamming him once again was Nicholas Navarro. Certainly knows how to hit. Boland over the top. Puru, the world's biggest dummy half, giving it away to Katoa. Off the side of the boot. And heading toward the sideline, a nice little touch finder from Katoa. That's real game management from the captain, Isaiah Katoa, who's had a very fine match here this afternoon at Seaford Oval. Now feed the scrum. 10 metres out here, the Colts, and you fancy they'll put on a play once again. Why not? It is very much all or nothing at this point. Last round of the pool stage. But the Panthers, they are very hard to penetrate. Stern defensive side. They have, in fact, conceded less points than any other team in this competition so far. Dowdle away from the scrum. Picked up and dumped. Bit of extra pressure as he tries to stand to his feet. McCullum darting out a dummy half. Good run from him. It's been very effective today. Here's Evans giving it away to Boland. Numbers in motion. Hurley got around one. Need to head back toward the centre of the field or he'd be pushed into touch. Just remains inside the left-hand sideline. McCullum. It's a decoy there. Gilbert. Poor pass. Navarro did really well to reel it in. Couple more plays in this one, and they do have a bit of momentum here. That one was a dodgy play, the ball, if ever I've seen one. Gilbert away to Kenny. Good promotion of the footy at this point in time from the Colts, and they need to do that. 3 minutes on the clock. Gilbert. Back towards Evans. He'll send it to the heavens. Nice high kick, and it is swirling around too. Left to bounce from the Panthers. McCullum dives on it, but he's dived to ground. And that'll finish the set. The Panthers survive. Of course, directly after this game, we'll have the slightly more senior of the two, the Laurie Daley Cup. This is the under-18s, and it'll be the 5th place Monaro Colts once again taking on the Penrith Panthers. But in terms of the Andrew Johns Cup here, the under-16s, the Penrith Panthers, they are through to the semis. It's Katoa kicking once again here. Dowdle chasing back, and they're just really working down the clock at this point. Penrith. He's caught 20 metres away. There is a player down in back play for the Panthers as well. So hopefully he's all right. And there's a bit of space here down the right-hand edge. Good tackle from the Panthers. Referee will blow time off because now there is definitely an impediment in the centre of the field. Just trying to have a look who that might be. Potentially could be Katoa after that kick. Trainer's been with him for some time as well. In fact, no, Katoa is fine. He's up. He's a couple of people wide. Initially, I thought Aarons was going to see if he was all right, but he just wanted a bottle of water. So he's not too concerned at all. Young Liam Aarons. Time is off here. Minute 46 on the clock. And our man is all good. So it was, in fact, the winger who happens to have scored a double today, Ezra Gosh, which means he is now the equal highest try scorer for the Penrith Panthers in this competition, alongside Elisara. He's been wearing the 20 today. Back rower has certainly made himself very valuable in the previous 4 matches. And, of course, today as well. McCullum getting us back underway and out to Gilbert. Evans. Dowdle. Flat ball. Hurley jammed in from Latrell Leota, who has monstered him at times in this match. McCullum, left-hand side. Evans once again. They're certainly not giving up here, the Colts. It's not for a lack of trying. They are definitely promoting the footy. McCullum, Evans, Gilbert, away to Navarro. Elisara came in and eventually gets him to ground by picking up the leg. Last tackle here for the Colts. McCullum finds Gilbert. Once again, they'll put it to the skies. Down there is Taraki. He'll just watch it go into the in-goal. Potentially, it won't go dead. They nearly got there in the end, the Colts. And that's why you cannot take your eye off the ball for 1 second, and you certainly can't give up on any balls bouncing around in that area. It's very much a game of inches, as we've heard a million times. 45 left on the clock. Panthers leading 24 points to 12. Pamale once again. Such a handful, very hard to put to ground. Hurley came across over the top to finish him off. Bit of support too from Bradley Terry. Good run here, coming in off his wing. Certainly has recovered. Ezra Gosh. Bit of a head slam there as well. In fact, that is not Ezra Gosh. That is Kanan Hardiman, the other winger. Here comes Puru, who's been really good for them today as well. They've got great use out of all their props. Final 10 seconds of this match. Hansen stepping off the right, finding a bit of space. Another good step from Hansen. He's certainly got some nimble footwork. Found some support in Bunting, and that's a great way to ice the match. Tyler Bunting gets across. 28 points to 12. They'll have a kick to come as the siren sounds. What a nice round score they'll end up on. It will finish 30 points to 12, you'd have to imagine. Good stuff from Tyler Bunting. But Hansen, who's been a real star for them today, little number 7, great footwork. Very much in the mould of Mitchell Pearce. Similar build. Certainly got the same kind of pace, and as we've seen there, great right foot step. Katoa will ice this one, of course. Coming up next is the Laurie Daley Cup. This is the under-18s. The Monaro Colts will be taking on the Penrith Panthers. Monaro are still a live chance. The Panthers are on 5 points. And even though they're finishing, at the moment, second last in that competition, the Colts, with a win, could jump all the way up into second place. And Katoa ices that one. The final score here at Seaford Oval in the Andrew Johns Under-16s Cup for the Country Rugby League Championships. The Panthers 30, the Monaro Colts 12. And welcome back to Sci-Fi Oval here in Queanbeyan, just on the outskirts of the ACT. James Preston with you for Bar TV coverage of the Country Rugby League Championships. Of course, this is the round 5 pool game of the Laurie Daley Cup, so under 18s is what is on show for you today. Taking a quick look at the two team lists, the Monaro Colts, who are currently sitting 5th on the ladder. They're wearing the white, red, blue and green trim. At the back, Tristan Elridge, your wingers are Ashton Nadeau, and unfortunately a scratching. So in fact, you know what? We'll just roll through the numbers as they appear. Lincoln Bradley in the 3, Zane Thompson in the 6, Connor Williams the 7, Brad Buckley is the captain in 8, Hayden Brayley in 9, Kane Smith the 10, Adam Barlow 11, Willie Delamere in 12, the 13 is Jack Pepinall, Fred Griffiths in 14, Noah Sadler the 15, Noelle Mariner in the 16, Ryan Longhurst 17, Edric Pahara in the 18, and Jack Grant is the 20. We'll catch up on the Panthers side in just a moment's time. Of course, it is all fast-paced action, having just had the Andrew Johns Cup. So here are the Panthers working away from their own line now. Caught roughly 22 metres away. Going through the halfback now and pushing back up to the centre. Alexander, of course, is wearing the 7. And you expect him to be heavily involved. Here he is, providing a nice early kick. Getting plenty behind it too. As Elridge gathers that one. Room to move. Sharp step off the left. And jamming in for the Panthers was Jackson Whitey. Hopping off the right foot now. And still pushing forward here. Slow play the ball in the end. Caught roughly 32 metres away. The Colts, good shot put on him too. It's the 12 jamming in for the Panthers. Isaac Papali'i. And a dummy half, once again. A nice little hit up here from Kane Smith. He's caught just inside the Panthers' territory. Coming away through the other forward now, the captain, Brad Buckley. He's picked up and slammed into the turf. That'll be the last here for the Colts. 40 metres out. Running in full, and they'll decide to keep putting it through the hands here. Papali'i dives on it. That'll be a 0 tackle for the Panthers, so enterprising play to finish that first set for the Colts, but didn't quite pan out the way they would have liked it. That'll be the first. Centre of the field, 45 from their own line. Good field position here for the Panthers. Big body pushing forward is Jai Winbergen. And he's caught in enemy territory. Shuffled away now to Bert Tukalua. He's caught middle of the field. 35 away. Coming through Puru, putting it back into the backfield here. Will it sit up on a point? It does. Elridge has work to do. He's got some good footwork, but he hasn't got good enough footwork on that occasion to find himself out of there. Would very much have to be a Houdini to get out of that trap. So with a slight break of play, we'll take a look at the Panthers lineup here. Running simply down from 1 all the way through to number 19. There are a couple of scratchings as well. The number 1 is Ben Glasheen. The 2, Jamie Davison. No 3. The 4 is Jackson Whitey. 5, Braden Duncan. The 6 is Nwaki Puru as the Colts get us back underway. So we'll catch up with that in just a moment's time. Coming down to the 11 here, Bailey Wyatt. Scored 20 metres out. Pushing it back to Puru. Little dummy from the 10 there, Winbergen, and then straight ahead. That's the direction he knows better than any other. Borthwick waiting at dummy half. Firing it away now to Alexander. Holding it out in 2 hands. He's a very dangerous customer, the halfback. Certainly knows his way around the field. Coming back to the middle now. Ball in 1 hand, and with a full head of steam, it was Takala. He nearly went all the way over the top of them. Flat pass, Borthwick. It wasn't a good one. They're all ruled to be offside, though. They were up very quickly, in all fairness to the referee. The Panthers will get another opportunity early on here. Of course, 35-minute halves for this match. Getting very close to the line. Can he get it down? I think he may have in the end. Too easy from Bert Takala. There was nothing doing there. Simple tap and go off the restart. And Takala just put it under the arm and kept going and took a couple of them over with him. No one wrapping up the ball in the end. The Panthers will lead in this one. 4 points to nil. Less than 5 minutes gone. So Bert Takala opens the scoring here for not only Penrith, but for this round 5 clash between the Panthers and the Colts. Very much an all-important match. Bizarrely enough, despite the fact that the Colts have only won the one game and are sitting on 3 points, if other results do go their way and they come up with a big win in this one, they will leapfrog several teams and could finish as high as second. But it is the Panthers who have made a very good start here. Very much a nothing play, really, just dumping it off to one of the big forwards who happened to somehow find his way in the in-goal. And it'll be Waki Puru. They get 6 points to 0 here at Seaford Oval in Queanbeyan. So if you're just joining us, the Colts are running from right to left on your screen wearing that white trip. And the Panthers, as always, very much in the uniform of their NRL counterparts. Back underway in a full head of steam here for Winbergen. Winding up, getting it back 25 metres out from his own line. That's a great way to start the set. Borthwick, waiting at dummy half. Here's the try scorer, Takula. Still going. Only 2 plays in this one, and already they've picked up 40 metres. Great use out of their big props. Here's Alexander, switching it back on the inside. Good contact met there from the 2 Colts props. It was both Buckley, the captain, and Kane Smith. Running out of dummy half is Borthwick. And he's caught just short of the 40-metre line here. Good little scoot. Coming short side, Puru. Little chip over the top. Numbers in support too. Can he get the bounce just behind him? Well done in the end from the Colts. They'll pick it up. Lincoln Bradley came up with it. Looking away here through the number 2. That's Ashton Naidu. And he's scored 30 metres away. Hayden Bradley offering it away to the support runner in the form of Adam Barlow there. Quick play the ball too. Gives plenty of room here for Bradley. It's a big, likely-looking customer. That'll be 6 again. Touch from the Panthers as Lincoln Bradley works it away. It was Willie Delamere who put the pressure on that occasion. Good shot put on the 13. That was Jack Pepinall as Bradley waits a dummy half. Back through the middle. Now shifting to the right behind Elridge. He's got great footwork though. Every single step, it's like he's on a pogo stick, bouncing off the ground. Bring it back to the halfback here, Connor Williams, who's caught right on the 20-metre line. A couple of tackles still up their sleeves. Here's Bradley with a little dart. That was a flat pass. And dropped with no pressure on him whatsoever. Simple error when they were in a good space on the field. Zane Thompson put it down. Panthers getting first points on the board in this one. It'll be Puru to feed the scrum. 15 metres away. Nice little step beating Elridge, but Elridge just got enough on him to knock that ball loose. So the Colts will get another opportunity here in good field position. Scrum to pack, 25 out. Directly in the middle of the field, and we saw them really let the Panthers off the hook in the last set, but we'd certainly have to back them in here. A full set in the danger zone. It's fed by Williams. 1, and away it comes to Thompson, who put it down pretty simply last time. No mistake on this occasion. Bradley, quick dart out of dummy half, has support with him too, and they'll come very close to getting across the line. A last-ditch effort from the Panthers to deny him. Bradley, waiting at dummy half. Shifting it back to Elridge. Elridge, great step off the left. Nearly found a gap. They're short on their right-hand defensive edge, the Panthers. Bradley, a little dummy, has a dart himself. Hovered over the try line for a moment, but then was pushed back. Desperation stuff from the Panthers. Out to Williams. Williams, flat ball, just behind Little too hard, and the Panthers jammed in. They've earned the error. So just coming unstuck on these final plays, the Colts. They are still playing enterprising football. Just running through the final couple of players here in the Penrith lineup. We have very much been interrupted from doing so. But Jai Winbergen is the 10. The 11 is Bailey Wyatt. 12 is Isaac Papali. 13 is Riley Bax. The 14 is Hamed Elbaya. No 15. The 16 is Hona Papuru. 17, Osman Momo. The 18 is Cruz Tweedy. And 19 is Peter Hansen. So there we go. We finally got through the two-team list. Here is Puru turning it back on the inside. Good shot. Picked up and windmilled. Delamere was in there. That was a good tackle too from Thomas around the legs. It's a big 5'8" for that matter, Thomas. You back him to have a couple of runs at this Penrith defensive line. Borthwick. Away to Alexander. Very nippy little halfback, and he got it on quickly. It's a great run in the end. I think you'll find that's Papali'i. Carried a few of them with him. Pretty quick play the ball too. Flat blast to Takala, who opened the scoring in this one. And after 11 minutes, it is the Panthers leading 6-0. Alexander juggled it, had to step off the left, done pretty well in the end. Little chip over the top, enterprising play, and well fielded in the end from the Colts. Such a dangerous little customer is Alexander. Elridge, away the centre, is picked up and slammed. There's probably a divot in the ground after that one. Here's Delamere. Big, rangy second rower. They got up pretty high on him, very close to giving away a penalty around the neck there. Bradley working away. Good shot once again on Lincoln Bradley. But he still keeps going. They'll take a bit of extra attention over the top from the 13, Riley Bax. Jamming in there was Jai Winbergen for the Panthers to bring a halt to that play. This will be the last now. Bradley at dummy half, giving it away to Williams. Putting it up in the sky, letting the wind do the rest of the work. Wobbling around. There's a couple of drops there, all of them backwards though, according to the referee. They'll hold him up. Can they drag him back into the in-goal? Just holding firm there. So a couple of nervous moments for the Panthers. Back toward the centre of the field. A little juggle and then Bradley sets upon him. Caught 15 metres out, tackle 2. This is good stuff from the Colts. Borthwick brings it to the right-hand side. Good shot from Delamere. And then flinging him to ground as well. He's right into this one, the big second rower. Puru. Beautiful flat pass away to Tweedy. Tweedy gets it away, back to Puru. Puru with a full head of steam. Well done in the end from Thomas in cover. And getting out of marker very quickly, but they managed to get it away. Alexander flat pass to Papapali. And they'll be caught just short of the 35. They'll say there's hands in there, though. Not so sure about that one. Very much felt that could have been one of those 50-50 calls. Referee very close to calling held. Ball comes loose. Surely we can go back and play the ball. But the Panthers will tap and go. That's a good first-up shot, too. Coming over the top was the captain, Brad Buckley. Coming left now, Alexander. Floating pass. Good one, too. Contact's decent, though, from the Colts, but he'll get out of one tackle and keep going. Now inside the 10-metre zone. Alexander wants it and gets it. Takala, the try scorer, away to Winbergen. 5 metres away. Just to the right-hand side of the uprights. Numbers set on both sides of the play the ball. Borthwick goes to Puru, stepping off the right, showing it back to Alexander. Still going. Ball squeezed out. It will be a knock-on. Back to the 20. Very close from Puru. He certainly had the arms extended there. Just tried to tilt the wrist, put the ball on the ground, but unless you're quadruple jointed, let alone double, probably not going to happen. Good first off hit up here from the Colts. Working it over the 30-metre line. That'll be a zero tackle, and here they are on the first then. Encroaching on the halfway line. Out of dummy half and working away to the big number 10. Kane Smith. And he gets it over the halfway line. Interchange here as well for the Colts. Starting hooker Bradley is off, and in his place comes Fred Griffiths with the head bandaged. Griffiths, flat pass, could have been forward. Another new man on the field as well. Noah Sadler taking that one up. And first touch is not a good one from Sadler. Left behind. The Panthers will get a scrum. Just under 15 minutes gone in this one. The Panthers leading 6-0 at Seaford Oval. James Preston with you in commentary for Bar TV Sports. This is the Laurie Daley Cup featuring under-18s players. The final round of the pool stages, round 5. So we see a very big unit warming up on the sideline, preparing to come on for Penrith. I'm sure he'll be causing plenty of damage. Osman Momo. Big, rangy customer. And after that first hit up, he's still down here. Noah Sadler for the Colts, the number 15. Trainer just working on what looks to be an ankle at this point in time. Of course, let us know where you are watching this from. Potentially, you're in another state. You could be in another country. We've certainly had plenty of that in the past for the various things that we have covered here on Bar TV. As I mentioned a little earlier in the call as well, there's quite a bit of wind swirling around. It's very much in a vortex shape at this point. It does change direction several times even throughout a set. The ground itself, though, is beautiful. We have had a bit of rain around Canberra and Queanbeyan. Goulburn certainly drenched with a hailstorm the other day. That's a good shot. Plays from, once again, Delamere, who's been teaming up with Thomas quite a bit on this left-hand defensive edge. And Winbergen felt every bit of that. That looked forward. Puru, and there it is, called from the referee. Just got a little too close to the play the ball then, Puru, and it was forced to be forward. So the Colts getting yet another opportunity here. Can they put points on the board? That is the big question we'll be asking. Been down here a couple of times, and on both occasions, the ball was either left to ground or just a simple knock on. I'll win the scrum on this occasion, though. Griffiths got it away, and now they'll come back toward the centre of the field. Good tackle from Takala. There's Fred Griffiths running from dummy half. Lincoln Bradley shifting it on now. Second attempt is a much better one. This time from Noah Sadler, holding onto the ball and working it 10 metres away from the try line. Thompson giving it away to Big Delamere. Big Willie nearly poked through. Doesn't that sound wrong? He's caught a couple of metres away from the line. Back here to Smith. I think he's dived over the big prop forward, Kane Smith. Well, he barreled over the top of one. Then he nose-dived, and he planted that ball down for 4 points. Kane Smith getting the first points for the Colts. Now caught right about 5 metres out on that previous play, and Smith just wound up. And you got a big body like that running nice and hard. He's going to be very, very tough to stop. That'll be Ashton Naidu to potentially tie this game up. We're pretty much right on the halfway point of this first half. 17 minutes 45 left on the clock. Of course, 35-minute halves for the Laurie Daley Cup. Slightly shorter in the under-16s. That is the Andrew Johns Cup. Shouldn't have too many troubles with this at all either, Naidu. Pretty much in line with the left-hand upright. 11 metres back. Unfortunately for him, the wind also dying down. Plenty to play for in this one as well. The Colts, they do need a big score if they are to leapfrog a couple of teams into second place, though, as Naidu lines it up. Strikes it pretty nicely, and there it is. A further 2 points added. 6 points apiece at Seaford Oval between the Monaro Colts and the Penrith Panthers. course, the top two from each pool group going through to the semi-finals. This is the Southern group. The Panthers, they're not 100% sorted themselves yet. Currently sitting in third place. That's a difficult one to take, but it is well taken from Thomas. And here is the try scorer, Smith, charging back into them. Good first up hit up. Here's Griffiths, giving it away. Beating the first tackle too. Did well. That was Pepinall up through the middle. Griffiths having a dart out of dummy half. Nearly swallowed whole by Momo. It's a big man, the number 17. They've got a real roll on here, the Colts. Buckley, the captain. It was Buckley's chance of getting through then, as it turned out. Griffiths, away to Smith. Smith stepping off the left. Once again finding Momo. Trying to tire him out early. This will be the last tackle now. Good set from the Colts. Griffiths back to Williams. Little chip toward the far corner, but that's way too deep. That'll be a 7-tackle set here. Braden Duncan taking that one pretty easily. And tapped and off we go again. It's good free-flowing footy so far in this one, much like the Andrew Johns Cup. Really high standard we're seeing here in Queanbeyan at Seaford Oval. That's a good little run there as well from Jamie Davison, stepping in off the right foot. Quick play the ball, and he's earned himself a penalty. So Kane Smith, from a try scorer to penalty giver for the Panthers. Puru will look to find the sideline as the Colts will look to make a change here. The number 20 warming up, late entrant into this match itself. Jack Grant had a couple of scratchings in the form of Jack Godfrey. Also, Lauer and Gaffey were late scratchings. Panthers tap and get us back underway here. Good first run as well. Picking up plenty of metres. They caught 25 out on tackle one. Here's Alexander. Skipping out to Carla. And then for his first hit up, it's Momo. Caught exactly 20 metres out, centre of the field. Borthwick. Puru. Little skip. Ball over the top. Tweedy left it behind. Think it might have been a knock back. Referee says it's gone forward. Had Ben Glasheen also coming around there looking to link up, and they could have created a bit of an overlap there. 3-on-2 with the fullback in the headgear. Ashton Naidu would have been forced to make a very important decision whether to go for the ball or the man. Colts win it. Coming away through Williams, stepping off the right. Bending a couple of defenders. Great footwork here. Dancing like John Travolta. And picked up and pushed back and then slammed as well. A couple of players you don't want to run into, including Momo. Griffiths, nice flat pass. Once again, Pepinall. Picking up good metres. It's been very good to start this match, the lock forward. Griffiths has also injected plenty of spark from the bench. Into enemy territory now. Here's Williams out of dummy half. Shuffling it away to Buckley. Late pass at the line. Didn't fool the Panthers, though. Takala set upon him, as did Alexander and another. Griffiths, once again. Fresh man on the field. Grant, straight up the middle. Good first touch. And he'll be caught 20 metres out. Last tackle here for the Colts, centre of the field. Numbers on both sides of the play the ball. They'll come left. Here's Thomas. Little kick in behind. Well fielded, though, from Davison. Got away from one. Bit of space here for Jamie Davison. Can he put the foot down? Well covered in the end. It was Lincoln Bradley racing back. Here is Puru giving away to Tweedy. Grant, good first up contact along with Buckley. Put him to ground. Borthwick. Out of dummy half. Going short to the fullback, Glasheen. Got out of one tackle. Bit of a flop there. Lucky not to be penalised was Pepinall. Borthwick. Away to Puru. Puru promoting on to Papali'i. Span out of one tackle. Still going there. And here comes an interchange as well for the Panthers. The number 16 coming on. Also Puru. So they promote the ball out to the left-hand side of the field, the Panthers. Last tackle, 22 metres away. Coming back to Alexander. Little grubber in behind them. Sits up on Elridge. Don't think he got hands on it. Well, Elridge certainly doesn't think he did. I thought it hit the thigh. And he's certainly pleading his case. Unfortunately, it's not going to change it, but I tend to agree with Elridge. Don't have the benefit of a replay in front of me, but certainly look like thighs from the position of the commentary booth. Just over 11 and a half minutes left in this first half. And the Panthers have now really been given a gift here. Now win the scrum and come away through Puru. Stepping off the right, Elridge. Good tackle, though. Caught just inside the 10. Borthwick. That one went behind them. Davison picks it up. Picked up and slammed. And, well, not slammed because he's able to get it away. Borthwick now stepping off the left. Good shot over the top from Grant. They caught 7 away. Alexander. Flat pass. A good one, too. Good shot from Colts, though. Ball left behind. And they survive for the moment, the Colts. The referees ruled that one has been knocked down. They'll get another shot at them here, the Panthers. They certainly had enough answers to the questions that have been thrown at them in the last couple of sets, the Monaro Colts. Alexander feeds, and the Panthers win. Puru. Flat pass, good shot too. Zane Thomas around the legs. Borthwick, flat ball. Papali'i trying to get over the top of them. I think he's dived over. Too big, too strong. Isaac Papali'i. The Panthers hit back in front. 10 points to 6 with a kick to come. It's just a case of isolation. You get a big second row like that, one-on-one with the defender. That close to the line, and they will dive over 9 out of 10 times. And, of course, that all comes back to that questionable decision as to whether Elridge actually did knock it on or if it came off the thighs. Gave the Panthers a couple of sets of 6. And off the back of it, they have found points. The wind picking up here as well. There's water bottles flying across the screen and everything. Shouldn't cause too much of an issue for Puru to try and knock this one over, though. It's only around about 5 metres to the left-hand side of the uprights, 20 metres back. Yet to really have a difficult one, Puru. Certainly not like his 5'8" counterpart and goal kicker in the Andrew Johns Cup. Katoa had a couple of real nasty attempts from the sideline. Certainly did pretty well with them, though. Hit the post on one occasion, just across the face of the goal on the other. Puru makes no mistake with that one. 12 points to 6. He picks up his second goal. Another fresh man on the field as well for the Colts. 16 coming into it. Noeli Mariner has come on. He's got the ball right now for the Colts. Looks like he wants to kick this one off as well. We have seen a couple of big boys taking some kicks throughout the day. Nicholas Navarro for the Colts as well. Big prop forward was the go-to man for touch finders. And sometimes you just need that little bit of extra muscle behind a kick. And apparently someone to hold the ball for you on a tee as well. But it's all good to go now, Mariner. And we are back underway at Seaford Oval. Coming down, Borthwick. Did well to take it. And there is the try scorer, Papali'i. Real handful. Griffiths did well to hang on, whilst he waited for support from the likes of Grant. Borthwick. Puru, dummy, and then kept going. Momo was hit off the ball. Could have been a penalty. Borthwick. Nice ball out to Alexander, and then a floating pass across the face of two of them. They picked up about 20 off the back of that. Very smart player, Braith Alexander. Slow play the ball, though. Coming away now to the number 11 for the Panthers. That's Bailey Wyatt. And he works it to within 35 out from the Colts line. Momo stepping off the right. Griffiths once again up to the task. Been really impressive since he's come on. And as part of that tackle, he's ensured an error in the play the ball from Momo. Just under 7 left in this first half. James Preston with you for Bar TV commentary. And, of course, coverage of the CRL Laurie Daley Cup, which is the under-18s. Both these sides still in contention with a finals berth. The Panthers definitely the more likely of the two to secure it, though, based on their current ladder position. The Colts winning that one and working it away. Pushed back, Momo trying to make up for his error. Wyatt in there as well. Griffiths, away to Grant, stepping off the left, straightening up, and then caught just short of the 40-metre line. Griffiths, away to Williams, flat pass. Running very hard there was Pepinall. And he's caught on the halfway line. Griffiths, away that freshman on the field, Mariner. Can hear the contact from here, they didn't miss him. Borthwick was in there. Another flat pass from Griffiths. Pepinall has been very busy up the middle here. That'll be the last now for the Colts. Williams, numbers in support, terrible pass, great hands from Thomas. What a flat ball that was. Naidu for the corner, jamming in, he'll get there. What a brilliant ball from Zane Thompson. Across the faith of them. Naidu grabbed it in and finished very professionally. Little bit of stutter stepping and then cutting back in right at the last minute. Ashton Naidu will now have the chance to convert his own try. So the Colts hit right back, 10 points to 12, just over 5 left in this first half. And in fact, it looks like Mariner will have the shot at goal here. So Ashton won't have a chance to add to the 4 points he's just tallied up. That was beautiful play down that left-hand edge, though. Thompson did so well to reel it in the first instance, and then beautiful cut-out ball across the face, linking up with Bradley, who then promoted it onto Naidu. Finished really well. Here is Mariner, 5 metres in from the left-hand touchline, 22 metres back. Lots of wind swirling around at the moment. It's going to make it a little bit difficult for the big man. Strikes it very nicely. Certainly got plenty behind it. Well away to the left, though. Score remains 10 points to 12. The Panthers just in front of the Colts. The Colts searching for their second win in these group stages. They've had 1 win, 1 draw, and a loss, followed by another loss. So recent form not fantastic for the Colts. Now get us back underway here, the Panthers. That one will hold up in the breeze too. Delamere's under it. No worries there. Very much in the frame of Nene McDonald as well, Willie Delamere. Pushing through a couple of them. Geez, he's hard to handle. That's a flop if ever I've seen one from Tweedy. Very lucky not to be penalised. Here's Jack Grant, who's been really good since he's come on. He's got a lot of energy in his hit-ups. Speaking of being brilliant since they come on, oh, what have I done? Commentator's curse. I was just about to give him a rap, but Fred Griffiths drops it, trying to pick it up from dummy half. Oh dear, I'm sorry, Fred. Just about to say he's been so sharp. Out of dummy half, very quick off the mark. A couple of good little scoots. Good service too. And then, of course, there comes the knock-on. The Panthers win it, coming away through Puru. Once again, a little hop and a skip. Tweedy gets it. Buckley, first contact, and then Griffiths over the top. Caught 35 away. Borthwick, giving it to Papali'i. Such a strong player. He's already gone across once. It's a real handful. Borthwick, later Alexander. Good shot. Cut him in half, Trevor Gilmeister style. Borthwick, giving it away to Momo. Momo, flat ball to Papali'i. That's a good shot from Delamere. Puru, good hands. Gleeson, holding it up just slightly. Thompson came again. Got it away to Tweedy, though. Ball back on the inside. There's space here. Stopping him just short of the line. Puru nearly stretched out. Coming away to his brother now, the other Puru. Alexander, that was flat and low. Space here for the Panthers. Jamming in, though, is the Colts. And they may have just prevented a try. Still fighting for it, but held up. Well done. Good defence from the Colts. But if they could have promoted the ball out to Braden Duncan, surely they would have gone in Whitey had to pass in that situation. That'll be a changeover. It was an important tackle there too, because we are just short of half-time here at Seaford Oval. 1:30 left on the clock. They've done well so far, the Colts, and they don't want to concede a late try. Griffiths working away. Naidu, good step. But the defence was ready for it. They converged upon him. Momo was the lead tackler. Pepinall has been tireless in this first half, working up through the middle once again. Griffiths, flat ball. Grant stepping off the left, beating the first tackle and still going here, Grant. Momo came over the top, Borthwick around the legs. Williams on to Thompson. Hit after he passed. That's hurt him too, Thompson. Grabbing at the thigh there. Zelridge was taking the ground. Last tackle, Williams putting it up. That one's spiralling around. Alexander's under it, lets it bounce though. Duncan comes for it. Gets away from one. Griffiths tries to go around the legs. He's beaten. Duncan still going. Delamere picked up and then slammed over the top by Lincoln. Bit of tag teaming involved. Puru away to Jamie Davison. 19 on the clock. 40 metres out, centre of the field. Will they put on one final play here, the Panthers? Alexander. Good little ball to Wyatt. Back again to Alexander. It's always scheming, the little halfback. A dummy and step. He's nearly all the way through. Good shot in the end from Mariner. Last tackle to come. There goes the siren in the background. Borthwick fired across. Hit one of his own players. Wyatt looks to promote the footy, but he'll be wrapped up. And that'll do us for the first half. Frenetic scenes to finish. But a really good match here at Seaford Oval. James Preston with you for Bar TV's coverage of the Laurie Daley Cup. This is round 5, the under-18s. At halftime, the Panthers lead the Colts 12 points to 10. We'll take a quick break and be back with all the action in the second half. Welcome back to Seaford Oval in Queanbeyan. James Preston here with you for Bar TV's coverage of the Country Rugby League Championships. This is the Laurie Daley Cup. We're seeing the Penrith Panthers take on the Monaro Colts. The Panthers currently leading 12 points to 10. Hotly contested match, this one. The Colts picking up the last try of the first half to get themselves back into it. Speaking of back into it, that's a terrible way to start for the Colts. It was a horrible ball to try and catch for Elridge. Hit the post, hit a little bit of his body, and there was no way he was going to tie that one up. Well, you don't see that very often, do you? Last I can think was 2005, Paddy Richards kicking off, hitting the goalpost against the Cowboys, and all hell had broken loose after that. And as it stands, it's the Colts that have to deal with this one. Panthers getting the scrum feed 10 metres out. Borthwick, ball away to Alexander. Face pass, well done in the end, just jammed in. It's a very important tackle from Eldrick Pahara. Wyatt, back to Momo. Griffiths hanging on for dear life. Grant came across the top to put him to ground. Borthwick back to the middle. Alexander to Puru. Puru out to Gleeson. They've closed that one down pretty well, though. Tweedy got it away. He has got a good offload in his game. Thompson was onto it pretty quickly, though, and then dragged him for a little bit. Puru way back to the middle of the field. Numbers in support. It was Riley Backs who was coming late. They just stopped him. Coming away to Alexander now. No one there, and in the end, Mariner gobbled him up. That'll be the last tackle, and now their halfback is out of the final play. It'll be up to Puru here. Plenty of time, though. Lachlan Lewis style kicking across the face of the try line, and it's gone backwards here, and Tweedy. Well, that's out of nothing, really. I thought the play had stopped. Little offload, and in the end, Cruz Tweedy, he hops over. 16 points to 10, the Panthers lead. Well, that was far too simple in the end for Penrith. Puru was given all the time in the world. The ball just simply put up in the air, not really in an attacking position. The Colts allowed it to be taken by the Panthers, and then a simple offload from Tweedy. Little 1-2, got the ball back, and he dived over himself. Right, well, I'm not sure how much of that conversation you guys got, but do have a jumper change here. Willie Delamere. Bit of blood on the jersey, so he's no longer wearing the 12. He is in the 19. Puru has got this conversion attempt from 22 metres back. 2 metres in from the right-hand touchline. He does have a pretty big boot on him, Puru, so distance shouldn't be a problem. Sharp angle, though, and as I mentioned several times in the call, there is a bit of wind around Seaford Oval. Lining it up, striking it pretty nicely. It's on its way, hitting the post. Unlucky in the end from Puru. Score stays 16 points to 10. Converted try, the margin. Bizarre try, really, for the Panthers. It'll be big number 16, Mariner, to get us back underway. And if you are just joining us, it is the Colts in the white, red and blue with just a little bit of green trim on the front of the jersey as well, taking on the Penrith Panthers very much in the same uniform as their NRL counterparts. That one's holding up in the breeze. Just taken in the end. Brad Buckley, good contact over the top on the 16. That was Honapapuru. Here's Momo up through the middle now. Always attracting plenty of attention, including from Pepinall. Braith Alexander back on the inside. Here's Bax, who does get it back here to Gleeson. And caught around about 42 metres out from the line. Borthwick. Puru with the wind at his back. Look at that takeoff. That'll go for miles. Well, there's a bit of an indication, though, for the Panthers. If they're ever in trouble, kicking early is a great option. That one just took off with the wind. We saw Sean Johnson in the NRL last night, kicking 95 metres on one play for the Sharks. Very mixed bag otherwise from the 5/8. Certainly that wind has made its way here to the edge of New South Wales and Queanbeyan as the Colts tap and get us back underway. Naidu playing the ball. Griffiths, who's gotten rid of the headband from the first half. It's very good once it came off the bench. Pepinall there. Now giving it to Mariner, who winds up and goes over the top of Bax and a couple other defenders. Bax is not in a good way whatsoever. Here is Williams. Had some support with him. Connor Williams. Good footwork as well at the line. Quick play the ball too. Buckley getting it away to Thompson. Thompson, little grubber in behind them. Sitting up on a point. It's still there for them. Can they dive over? In fact, it has been knocked on. So there's a touch in there somewhere. What way is the referee going to rule it? I think it is against the Colts. So the Panthers will get the feed. There's bodies everywhere. Just for a moment, the ball bounced up. I thought the Colts may have had a chance to tie up scores here. It will be Puru to feed. Wyatt trying to get away from them. Thompson came across and only succeeded in hurting himself instead of the defender. Panthers now through Alexander. Another beautiful cutout pass once again. Duncan's got a bit of room here. Duncan out of one tackle. Still going. Beautiful stuff once again from Braith Alexander. He loves to do those nice floating cutout balls, and he often gets a great result off the back of it. Wyatt coming back toward the centre of the field. 15 metres in from the left-hand touchline. Borthwick to Papali'i. Momo, good offload. Back through the middle, but a good tackle was forced the ball loose. Here's Delamere. Now wearing the 19. Momo jamming in with a shoulder to try and stop him. Certainly does take a few defenders to put him to ground. Griffiths on tackle 0. Now giving it away here to Pahara, who works it over the 40-metre line. Griffiths and off to Elridge. Grant still going forward, just short of the halfway line. Numbers in support, but Griffiths dummies and goes himself, picking up around about 10 or 15 metres. Got a good roll on at the moment, the Colts. Thompson, later Williams, a little too deep there, Mariner. In the end, he's dropped it. He'll kick it forward. It's play on, though, because Duncan can wind up. Duncan still going out of two tacklers. Beats a third. He's got support. Williams comes over the top. Beats his initial challenge and still going. Great stuff from Duncan. Picked up 30 metres. 0 tackle. Just 40 away from the Colts line. Borthwick, centre of the field. Alexander putting it back on the inside. Papali'i. It's already crashed over once in this one. Borthwick, centre field. Puru. And off now. That's the 16. Another Puru on the field. It's Puru-a-thon. Here is Puru once again. Momo. Showed it to Papali'i. And then tackled around the legs by Pepinall. Bit of pressure over the top as well from Mariner, who has offered the Panthers possession on this occasion. Alexander going left. Gleeson stopped and propped. Held it up just a little bit. Good tackle from Williams. He'll put him all the way on the end. With a little halfback. Showing great strength to push in the fullback and take him out over the sideline. Interchange coming up for the Colts as well. Ryan Longhurst about to see his first bit of action for the afternoon. 26 minutes left on the clock as well. There's a player down in back play for both sides here, in fact. It's Griffiths for Monaro. And for the Panthers, it's their big prop, Momo. It's probably about time that they had a change in the hooking department anyway, because coming to the sideline now is Hayden Bradley, the number 9. So Griffiths will have a little time off the field here. It's been fantastic for them, though, Fred Griffiths. Very likely customer out of dummy half. Lots of pace. get back underway here. Williams feeding the scrum. Monaro win it. Here is Elridge. Got a very sharp step, Elridge, but we haven't seen it for a little while now. Here's Delamere, who's been terrific in this one, winding up again. Every single carry, 10 metres plus. And back onto the field is Hayden Bradley, giving it away to Williams. Strong charge as well out here from the number 11. That's Adam Barlow. Slow down in the play the ball, though, from Wyatt. Pepinall. Enormous output in this game so far from the lock forward. Williams running across field. Thompson out the back to Elridge, who's got pace. Shows it twice, a double pump. Still going Elridge. Is able to get the ball away. Back to Thompson. Zane Thompson off the left foot. Big fend onto one of the defenders for the Panthers. That's good stuff from the Colts. Numbers both sides of the play the ball. Bradley goes to the left. Elridge, little grubber in behind them. Bouncing up at its point. I think he's got there, Elridge. Brilliant stuff from the Colts. Tristan Elridge, heavily involved in that set. A little break, and then on that occasion, going to the line, putting it in with the opposite foot. And just got a nice little bounce for himself over the top of a defender, and he could slam it down. Colts back in it once again. 14 points to 16 with a kick to come. They're getting ready to make another change too. One of their starting props who has already scored a try for the Colts. Kane Smith preparing to come back into this one. Looks like it'll be Hayden Bradley to take this attempt. So they've had 3 different kickers for 3 tries so far. Naidu was successful with his one from pretty much in front. Mariner had a difficult one from right on the sideline, and this is 15 metres in from the left touchline. Struck reasonably well and through the post. Hayden Bradley ties up the scores here. The Monaro Colts 16, Penrith Panthers 16. "23 minutes on the clock and all to play for. This one is well poised. Colts have definitely had the better of the running in the last 5 or so minutes. They have reaped their rewards. Smith, who's fresh back onto the field, taking this hit up. Good left foot step. Tried to split a couple of the defenders. And too long to get off. It's Jai Winbergen, who's literally just come back onto the field, and his first involvement is to give away a penalty. That one will find the touchline around about 40 metres out. Nearly reached myself here in the commentary booth. Now it's tap and go once again. Barlow picked up and driven by Wyatt. That's ball and all. Hayden Bradley away to Smith. Good shot put on him. In fact, it's the 17, Ryan Longhurst, who's fresh out there. Bradley skips out Smith. Williams flat ball, nearly forward. Good tackle in the end. It was Honepa Puru, who's the main effector. That's a flat pass to Pepinall. Jamming in was Winbergen. Didn't miss him, and in fact, crunched and he's dropped it. Well, Pepinall is a bit cracked, much like what I was putting on my eggs and toast this morning. Now get the scrum feed here. The Panthers, 20 metres out, centre of the field. Really high quality contest, this one. Some good shots from both sides too. And arguably the shot of the day has come from Nicholas Navarro in the Andrew Johns under-16s. Put a belter of a hit on Aaron's. As the Panthers win this one and come away out to the left-hand side. 3 men in the tackle, putting him to ground, including Thompson. Borthwick back to the centre of the field. Papali'i. Once again, straight and hard. Quick play the ball too. Borthwick can run. That's a good shot. Chopped right through the middle from Kane Smith. What a match he's having. Gleeson out to Alexander. Short this time and went to Wyatt. It's well done from Barlow and also Williams to jam in on him. And Borthwick going back to the centre of the field. Alexander once again. Winbergen picked up. put back onto the ground safely. Certainly held, though. And Smith suggesting he goes all the way back. And Puru putting in a little kick. I think that may have got a touch too. Doesn't matter because it's come down to Naidu. Stepping off the left, finding a bit of space. He's certainly got pace too. It was well dealt with in the end from freshman on the field for the Panthers, Hamed Elbaya, the number 14. Bradley waiting at dummy half. A big 10 marked out from the referee on that occasion. Smith over the top of Papali'i. But he came again. Very much in the mould of Dylan Napper, the big redhead. Here's Elridge at pace. Once again, Delmare left the ball behind him. That's play on. Naidu stepping off the right and then picked up and driven into the ground. Good shot from Honapapuru. Bradley away to Grant. Stepping off the right. He's forced backwards. That's a good shot from Puru. Here's Williams. Kicking to a corner and splitting the two defenders. It'll bounce up now for Duncan. Duncan, nice step off the left. Tried to find a bit of space, but they worked it well. It was Barlow and also Longhurst in there for the tackle. Shifting away, Gleeson. Coming in from fullback for a bit of a run. Borthwick wants to fast play the ball. Not forthcoming, though. Here's Jamie Davison. Nearly through them. Davison getting out of a couple of tackles. He's got speed. Can he take them on? Good hit from Elridge. Longhurst came to help him, and the ball's been left behind. And I'll tell you what, that was 50-50. There was a hand in there from Longhurst. I think Elridge still had a hold of him, so fair enough call from the referee. Very much touch and go, though, as to whether there was any intention to actually play at the ball. Nonetheless, we are still in a dangerous territory here if you're a Colts fan. The Panthers pushing forward. Papali'i caught 10 metres out. Borthwick, numbers left and right. Alexander, dummied once, tried to go himself. Williams, halfback on halfback. And on this occasion, it was the Colts man who won. Away now to Winbergen, who winds up just short of the try line, about a metre. Jeremy in close to the post here. They'll go deep with Alexander. Floating pass out to Puru. Puru, can he get the ball away? One-on-one steal. The Colts are off. Running with absolute vigour. He's got space on him. Gleeson's got no pace compared to him at all. They're coming, but they won't get there in time. Well, that has completely changed the complexion of this game. Lincoln Bradley with a wonderful one-on-one steal, running 80 metres. And for the first time in this match, the Colts lead. Bradley showed a good turn of pace, but a little concerning for the Panthers. Gleeson. Or Glasheen, should I say. Not much toe at all on that occasion. Bradley made quite light work of it. And as I mentioned, the Colts, they now lead for the first time in this match. 20 points to 16. 17 to go in this one. And dependent on other results and if they can rack up a bit of a score from this point, who knows? The Colts could be very unlikely semi-finalist. From a Bradley try scorer to a Bradley goal kicker, it's the hooker Hayden lining this one up. 15 metres in from the left touchline. Strikes it reasonably well, but across the face of goal, the score remains 20 points to 16. Wonderful play from Lincoln Bradley. Turned what could well have been try-scoring opportunity for the Panthers into 4 points for his own side. So, at the very least, an 8-point turnaround potentially. Off the back of some wonderful heads-up play. Speaking of heads-up, Jackson Whitty gets us back underway, kicking it down to Monaro Colts. Kane Smith winding up. Good shot put on him. He went barreling sideways. Bradley out to Grant, who's been really good since he's come on. Plenty of hit-ups. Good tackle over the top from Winbergen. Here's Hayden Bradley. Pepinall once again looking for work. Standing in the tackle. Can't get the ball away, though, because Borthwick's wrapped it up. Bradley off to Delamere. We're in the 19 now. Good step late at the line. Picked up an extra couple of metres off the back of it. Halfway through the set. Right on halfway, for that matter, as well. Thompson. Flat pass. There's the try scorer, Lincoln Bradley. He was looking to add a couple of more metres to that 80-metre effort he just scored. Thompson, end over end one, spiralling too. It won't sit up on a point. It will instead be 7 tackles for the Panthers here. So not a great result at the end of that one for the Colts. It'll be Wyatt to tap it. Dummies to Takala. And caught 28 metres out from his own line. Borthwick. Away now to Davison, stepping off the right. His last hit up resulted in good 50, 60 metre run, and then a penalty off the back of it. Longhurst on this occasion wraps him up. Borthwick left. Alexander, numbers in support. Went short on this occasion. Well read too from Pahara, who effected the tackle. Out of dummy half coming Hamid El-Baya. He heads centre field. Pepinall was over the top and got him along with Kane Smith. Borthwick off to Winbergen, who winds up. Fended off Grant, but he clutched onto a jumper. Was able to stop him in the end. Puru. Banana kick back towards the open side of the field. Well fielded in the end from Barlow. That could have been a difficult one. Getting into a bit of an arm wrestle this one now, and that will certainly help the Colts, though. Penrith had a good opportunity to trap them down this end of the field, but instead, they'll get an easy little piggyback up the field. Hayden Bradley finding touch around 30 metres out, and a full set of 6 to come. Tap and go. Here's Longhurst. Good first up contact from Wyatt. El-Baya came over the top too. It's a little worse for wear after that one, though, Wyatt. It's running out an ankle at the moment. Williams off to Pepinall. Flat pass for Smith. Smith pushing it over the 50-metre line and in the end getting nearly all the way to the 40-metre line. Good position here for the Colts. Pepinall once again. Good shot put on him from Winbergen. Ball and all tackle. Centre of the field, 32 away. Hayden Bradley away to Kane Smith. Looked for runners, had none with him, so he tucked it under the arm and kept going himself. Last tackle, 18 out, in an attacking position once again here, the Colts. Can they go back to back? Pepinall doesn't know what to do with it. Quickly got it away. Thompson certainly does. What can he affect? Elridge tried to put on the left foot once again, but I think that one might have just gone straight to ground and missed the boot. And referee does indeed rule as such, so Elridge left his shoe behind. And the Panthers are let off the hook there. It'll be a changeover. 10 metres out. 12 and a half minutes left to play. The Colts lead the Panthers by 4 points, 20-16. James Preston with you for Bar TV's coverage of the Country Rugby League Championships here, the Laurie Daley Cup. This is all under-18s players. Seen some wonderful football today here at Seaford Oval. Very quick onto that was Williams, and it's a great tackle too from the little halfback. He has been strong in defence today. Not much of him, but he certainly hits. Here is Takala. Smith, one-on-one. Good shot. Longhurst came over the top too to put him to ground. But Kane Smith said, you might have scored a try, but guess what? I have too. Now cop this. El-Baya up through the middle. Last tackle. Borthwick offering it to Puru. Kicking long on this occasion. Naidu's down there. And he takes it pretty easily and comes back to the defensive line. Big right foot step as the Colts are preparing to make an interchange. The captain, Brad Buckley, coming back on. Elridge goes right through them, slicing them up. He's got plenty of pace. He's got too much toe for them. Alexander's chasing, but Elridge will go all the way and underneath the black dot. Well, you can't match genuine speed. And Tristan Elridge, he's probably the quickest player on the field. He's got a great step, and he used both of them to full effect on that occasion. That's his second try for the afternoon. The Colts lead 24 points to 16 with a kick to come. Just saw half a gap there, Tristan Elridge. Big step, and then he put down the foot. It's pedal to the metal stuff, and there was no one who was going to catch him. Thought Bradley was quick before. Well, Elridge, you just saw then, goes up yet another level. This will be a pretty simple one as well for Bradley, who's had his kicks out from probably no further than 10 metres in for the left touch line. Yet to miss one. Certainly be backing him to get this one too. So Monaro currently sitting 5th on the ladder, the Panthers 3rd. Separated, of course, by just the 2 points, so 1 win. And Bradley adds the extras. That's his 3rd successful conversion. Score is 26 points to 16. 9.5 to go in this one at Seaford Oval in Queanbeyan. Last 15 or so minutes, that has been all the Colts. Pretty much the big turning point as well was the one-on-one steal from Lincoln Bradley as brand new Panther makes his way onto the pitch. First taste of footy for the afternoon for Peter Hansen, wearing the number 19. We have now seen, I'm quite sure, every player from both sides. So Hansen the last to get on the field as the Colts pick this one up. In the end, the tee nearly going further than where this ball has ended up. It's a good way to start the set for the Colts. 30 metres out. Puru making the tackle. Here's Delamere, who's been terrific today for the Colts. Once again, picking up 10 metres. Little pull on the leg. Lucky not to be penalised then, Penrith. Dummy and go. Tried to turn and promote the footy thereafter. But instead, Bradley will wait. Take it from dummy half. Pepinall once again. It's fair to say no one has had more touches than Jack Pepinall out there today. Here's Williams. Little halfback. Barlow storming onto it. Brushed off Alexander. Good tackle in the end, but that will be the last. Hayden Bradley sending this one up to the skies. Coming off the side of the boot, wobbling everywhere. And in the end, well done from Glasheen, who gets away from one of them. Still going. They'll try for the one-on-one strip here, Bradley. In fact, it was Thompson. Borthwick away to Duncan. Duncan running into Grant. Hayden Bradley fell off around the legs, but Grant did enough. Borthwick back to Jamie Davison. They do like to get involved, the two wingers for the Panthers. Good to see. Bradley rolling out of that one. Here comes Tweedy. He's got to try himself today. Jack Grant over the top. Pepinall down low. Borthwick running quickly out of dummy half. He was never onside then Pepinall. Quick hands here. Freshman on the field, Peter Hansen. That's a great way to get your first touch. Not quite, though, because he's going out. Manages to get it away. Pepinall does well. Well, he had to turn off the left foot at some point. And if he didn't throw the ball, he probably would have kept running all the way into the car park. Winbergen jumping on Pahara. He's caught 32 metres away from his own line. 7 minutes on the clock. Thompson shifting it out to Delamere. Delamere, big bump off one. Still going, gets the offload away too. Bradley's with it. He's already gone 80 on one occasion. Picked up another 15 there. Takala came to finish him off. Delamere wants it again. He's really after the ball at the moment. Willie Delamere once again getting an offload. That one bounces backwards. Bradley throws it away. Lincoln Bradley watches it, leaves it for Naidu. Naidu, the bit of a goose step. I don't even think he tried to pass it then. It popped out, though, for Hayden Bradley. Off to Zane Thompson. Thompson gets out of one. Another offload coming. Here's Hayden Bradley. Can he link up once again, stepping off the left? Still numbers in support. Has to go left. Knocked down by the Panthers. It's still alive, and they'll get the try. Just gone dead. Wow, that was one of the most bizarre things I've seen in weeks. And I've watched some weird YouTube videos, I can tell you that much. What on earth happened there? Ball going everywhere, offloads galore. The Panthers somehow throwing it behind themselves. And nearly in the end, Lincoln Bradley diving in on it for another try. Nonetheless, we will come up with a goal line dropout. Puru affects that. We are back underway. Williams offering it to Kane Smith. Goes straight into Borthwick. Takala comes in, takes the legs, puts him to ground. 25 out. Good spot to start the set. Williams. Here's Pepinall again. Hasn't he got a motor on him? Centre of the field now. Options both sides of the play the ball. Hayden Bradley goes away to Elridge. There's the step once again. He's got so much speed. He's looking for a hat trick. Bradley wants them a little bit deeper. He'll go flat in the end, though, to Pepinall, who might barge over. There it is. Referee points to the spot. That'll ice this one for the Monaro Colts. 30 points to 16 with a kick to come. Well worked from Hayden Bradley. He set up the deception himself, suggesting he was going to go deep, and then offered it short for good old Jack Pepinall. That is a very well-earned try, too, from Pepinall. He's probably been the hardest worker on the field today. Don't think anyone's had more hit-ups than Jack. And with 4.5 left, this one is most certainly and quite decisively now a Monaro Colts victory. It's been really good to the hooker for the Monaro Colts, Hayden Bradley. In fact, as was Fred Griffiths, so they've got wonderful use out of their hooking rotation. It's good to see them get across the line as well after that bizarre passage of play, which certainly deserved a try. It's more offloads than a stock take sale. Here is Bradley, just left of the upright and piloting it through. 32 points to 16. There is no way back for the Panthers. They have to somehow score 3 converted tries in the space of 3 minutes and 40 seconds, and that is just not going to happen. I'll be pretty pleased with their efforts today. The Colts, especially when you consider coming into this one, they'd been beaten by 48 points by the Western Rams. 58-10 was their last match. This is a much better showing. Panthers get us back underway. Here's Zane Thompson. He wants it himself. Winding up and caught 25 metres out. Hayden Bradley waiting at dummy half. Bad pass. There was no way anyone was going to get that. Not even Elastigirl from the Incredibles. Saw Edric Lee try and reel one in yesterday. And there was a comparison with LeBron James, but I beg to differ. I think the shorter you are, the better you go at getting it off the deck. You know, the Panthers working it away. Too easy. Bradley Duncan, an easy passage down the sideline. Well done in the end, though. A one-on-one strip. Should come back to Penrith. Good covering defence from Eldrick Pahara. And in fact, they'll rule that's for Monaro. Most certainly thought that was stripped out from Pahara, but doesn't seem to be too much of a complaint from the Panthers players. I'm quite sure their mind is on the dressing room, though. Just over 2 minutes. They know they can't win this one. And it really has been quite a rampant Monaro Colts. 22 points to 4 in the second half. It was 12-10. The Panthers led at half-time. Elridge working away for Lincoln Bradley. Still trying to put him to ground. He's a very strong centre. Young Lincoln. Bradley to Bradley. Hayden waiting at dummy half and gives it away here to another support player who gets a very quick play the ball as well. Delamere wanted it. He's spewing. He didn't get it in the end, but Hayden Bradley's still going, so it's not all bad. Elridge stepping off the left, back toward the centre of the field. Now Delamere gets it. He didn't want it then, though. It's a hospital pass. Picked up and slammed by Wyatt. Delamere has a bit to say about it too. Williams, flat pass, Barlow. Alexander doing well to hold on. Working it over the 40-metre line. As we come inside the final minute and 20 seconds here. Bradley, Kane Smith. Good strong hit up. Winbergen met him, as did Peter Hansen. Bradley away to Williams, and that will be a knock-on. That'll be the last time the Colts will touch it. We'll pack a scrum with a minute left on the clock. We'll see if the Panthers can add to their tally here. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage. James Preston with you for Bar TV Sports, the Country Rugby League Championship. I don't know what Jack Pepinall thinks he's doing. It is most certainly a turnover. Now the Panthers got a good tackle there, though. Shoulder went straight into the chest. It's Brad Buckley, the captain, leading by example. Winbergen up through the centre. Smith is in there, along with, once again, Pepinall. Who else? Alexander, flat pass. Oh, I thought Barlow had it. It was in his hands. It would have been a great way to finish this one. 20 seconds left on the clock. I hardly think we'll be packing a scrum. For whatever reason, Pepinall is ensuring that he gets the ball back nice and quick. Not sure what they think they're going to be able to achieve by doing that. We get into the final 5 seconds. No one's really in much of a rush here. The Panthers have packed the scrum, though, so that should be time off. But the referee won't worry about it. There it is, the Monaro Colts running out victors here in the Laurie Daley Cup, the under-18s, the final match of the pool stages here. And it's a good way to bounce back, having suffered a big defeat last week against the Western Rams. The Monaro Colts winners at Seaford Oval, 32 points to 16 over the Penrith Panthers. My name is James Preston. I'll catch you next time on Bar TV Sports.